remember after then, when we were forcefully removed out of Tuas Farm. The Tuas Farm, if you are in Shulvani area, there is a farm there. My parents were, and I we were been forcefully removed there.
Okay.
And that's where we had to stay in Mmahlabirwa village.
I see.
Then my father is also from the Rakhwales.
Okay.
His mom, King Kakarin Rakhwale.
Oh.
And then he married my mom also. He married his cousin, actually. Well, let me be honest with you. The church that I'm attending raised me very well. Yeah, let me just say, if it was not because of the church, really, we would have a women. So the church engaged us a lot. And my mom was one person who used to tell us, no, everything are the same. Started there as a nurse, bathing patients, feeding helpless patients. And then I still, I enjoyed that, by the way. Yeah, I enjoyed. I still feel like now, I was telling someone to say I must consider. It's nice to be a nurse, really. It's nice taking care of a patient. Next week you meet him, greeting you, Ali, right? About Bonchard, do you still remember this?
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mmahlabirwa Podcast Corner. I'm so excited to be here again. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We're having guests. After watching this, you're most welcome to ask any question that I didn't ask. Whatever you want to engage them, you're more than welcome. I'm so excited even today. It's very important that we sit and talk to people that we think they bring impact in our lives, in our local municipality and the rest of the world. I don't want to waste time talking to myself because the most important person here is our guest. I'm sure you don't want to listen to me alone talking and going up and down. Let me not waste time and welcome my guest, someone who's well known in the Mmahlabirwa municipality, and I believe in outside Mmahlabirwa. There are a lot of people that knows them. Today we are sitting with Mr. Onnie Ramalo. Let's welcome him, Mr. Onnie. Good afternoon. Welcome to Mmahlabirwa Podcast Corner.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
I really appreciate it.
People, today we are working from Sefapane. We are shooting on a Sunday. It's chilled. It's very lovely. Sefapane is a beautiful place. If you have time or want to settle and relax, please come to Sefapane. It's a nice place. I'm sure you agree with me,
Yeah,
Mr. Ramal.
You can see the environment is quite really soothing.
Yes.
I'm impressed and I'm happy to be part of this area today.
Yes. No. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's so scary to be invited to be part of this. But with me, really, I'm part of the community.
Yes.
How will you run? And the issue of hiding, it won't assist at all.
Yes.
So I'm part of this community. I've been raised up by this community of Mmahlabirwa. There's no way in which I can keep on running. But thank you for inviting me to be part of this of today. Yes.
No, relevant.
Thank you very much.
Like I usually say, my people, if I would want to introduce you or read your profile to my people or viewers, I wouldn't do justice. I mean, given a chance, if you had to tell someone who doesn't know who you are, How best would you introduce yourself? Who's Onnie Ramalo?
I'm Mothupi Onnie Rammalo. I'm the son of Monakutseji Michael Singapore Rammalo and Notia Rammalo. I'm the fourth son. Yeah, I grew up in a village called Malkeke village. That's a village behind Bokgaga High School.
Oh.
But I was born in Mafefe.
Okay.
56 years back. Mafefe Rabokoshi Tebejani.
Mm.
You go there, there is a clinic called Mafefe Clinic.
Mm.
So from there, I started schooling at CU Lower Primary School. My parents took me to that school at the early age. Then from there, we were moved to Maroboni Lower Primary. Then we moved to Male Higher Primary, then Bokgaga High School. Remember, after then, when we were forcefully removed out of Tuas Farm. The Tuas Farm, if you are in Shulvani area, there is a farm there.
Mm.
My parents were, and I we were been forcefully removed there.
Okay.
And that's where we had to stay in Malekeke village.
I see.
Then from there, after 1988, I enrolled myself to. No, actually, I started working at the Cell's house in Mmahlabirwa. You remember Cell's house? Then from Cell's house, I was appointed by Mmahlabirwa Mining Company.
Okay.
I've worked in Mmahlabirwa Mining Company, refinery department. There is a nickel plant there.
Mm.
It was in 1989 to 1990.
Okay.
Then from there, I moved to Lepato High School. I was appointed at Lepato High School as a private teacher.
Oh, okay.
Then from there, I think I've worked for 7-8 months. Then I was appointed by Maphutha Malatji Hospital as a nurse.
Okay.
I started there. I've been trained as a nurse. I've worked there until in 2003, I was appointed as a communicator.
2003.
2003.
Okay.
Then 2003, I was appointed as a community liaison officer. Then also the department gave me an opportunity. They gave me a bursary to go and study communications with Wits University in 2013. And then I've done that professional certificate in government communications and marketing. And then after my completion there, I was also recruited by, Dr. Machaba Pala at Wits University, Kofi Akoko, Professor Sarensky, Vijay Tabane. They encouraged me to continue studying with Wits. 2016, I enrolled myself again to do project and programs management at Wits 2016. Then now I've continued working at Maphutha Malatji. I'm still in Maphutha Malatji. Yeah, I've learned a lot from the Mmahlabirwa communities because my work is giving me an opportunity to work with Marushi Mmahlabirwa, the municipality of Mmahlabirwa, all sector departments, because my work it's giving me also that opportunity to interact. Remember, if you are working for the hospital in communications, there's a lot of challenges. So my office is really open to make me to interact, even though it's not easy to interact. with media,
Mm.
yeah, with stakeholders. You know, some of you media people, you can engage someone until you feel better. But I've learned a lot from most of you.
Yes.
Currently, I'm now enjoying to work a lot. I
Yes.
feel even if I can see that I'm only left with some few years to exit,
Yes.
but I'm enjoying to work with the communities.
That is amazing.
I've learned a lot from the communities because in most of the time, my office is working closely with the quality office where people are raising a lot of complaints about the challenges of the department, challenges of the hospital.
That's where we will go there.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, thanks very much.
We are definitely heading that
thank
direction.
you very much. Thank you.
Let's just go back to when you were growing up. I'm sure as a young man in the villages, there were challenges that comes with it, apart from, Ovali Rakilwe, from Mone Lidula Wanapeleng. I'm sure growing up as a teenager or as a young man in the village, I'm sure things were slightly different from how they look like now or how you look now.
It was very difficult. We grew up really in an environment which was really frustrating. Immediately after we were forcefully removed from the farm. Remember, my father was a businessman. He used to transport vegetables, mangoes. We have got a very big farm there. So my father used to transport mangoes, tomatoes from this area of Zanini to Sikukuni area. Ganchabeleng, Mafefe, Buskinot. And remember, my father was also a bus driver. The NRC bus, which was the only mode of transport to go area in Sikukuni. So my father was a bus driver there. During school holidays, we used to drive with. Yes, when he was driving the bus, he was also selling tomatoes and mangoes within the bus.
Wow. I'm sure it was very popular.
So my father was very popular go Sikukuni. He's so much popular in the Sikukuni areas. If you go there and ask Monaku Sage, everybody knows him. And because he was also fortunate, he married go Sikukuni Hamampuru. The third wife of my father is from the Mushato Sikukuni.
You said the third wife?
The third wife.
Oh, so your dad had a couple of wives?
Yeah, 3.
Okay. No.
So then I think we had an opportunity so that's how but we enjoyed that because already we have got families there. I've got brothers there at school. Next to me, my father is also having a family.
So that means you were born from a very big family. If he had more than one wife, that means it was
my father. Yeah, he made us to enjoy to be within a very big family. We were intact. Actually, also remember my father is also from the Rahwales.
Okay.
His mom, King Kakarin Rahwale.
Oh.
And then he married my mom also. He married his cousin actually. Because my mom also is from the Rahwales.
Interesting.
So
interesting.
The Rahwales family, it's a very big family. You go to Skororo, you'll find them. You go to Bokgakga, you'll find them. You go to Ulobedu, you'll find them. You go to Lunyenye, you go to Polokwane, Gauteng. So now that thing itself made us to know so many people. So I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, today's generation, we don't have a lot of men that marries more than one wife. I'm not sure if it's because it's not practical anymore, but it's a topic for another day. Do you have an idea of what you wanted to be growing up when you were still in the village?
Look, when I was still a young boy, most of my teachers, you can even call them and ask them. They wanted me to be, because I wanted to be a doctor. And my teachers removed me out of the class of the physical science and math streams. There was a teacher called Zilo Rabopala, Mr. Mmahlabirwa. They removed me out of that class with Pritchard Magabani to say, you cannot go and do doctor. We want you guys to be politicians. Because I used to talk a lot during the class when I was in class. So they removed me out of the class of physical science to go and do history. So because they pursued me. Because remember, after the 1980 removal, that thing remained within us. We were actually affected. So every time when they were on a strike, go school, we wanted to be in the forefront with that pain because we were told or the apartheid government is not good. Yes, so now we enjoy it like seeing ourselves striking. And the other person who also influenced us to be in a strike, it was called JJ Jerome Make. We were staying next to Jerome Make, who was small Make. And then we grew up with Ntwambe Make, the younger brother, the late, may his soul rest in peace. So now that environment made us to understand politics. With the pain or we are worried or why Barry removed Remember, they removed us out of the farm, which is having a lot of mangoes. And the people who benefited out of those mangoes. Have you seen people selling mangoes, buying new cars from the mangoes of their grandparents? So that's the pain that we went through.
So it was not only your family that was removed from the farm?
We mostly, from 1980, it was my family.
Or only your family?
Yes, but we remained. Remember, because my father was in Raskukuni, my family was the last family to be removed there because there was no communication between my mom and my father at that side because there was no telephones. I still remember when those police were harassing my mom to say, Mrena, if you don't move out of this place, we are going to smash all this, the parlogela, but we were really got it from Tuas to Shulubani behind. Then from there, Ragria, a piece of land at Gomakaping village now. Yeah. So that is the pain that I went through. And the reason why you were calling me, I'm from the very same Makaping village this morning. I was just going to assess the farm, even the grave site, or now things, because even now people are still willing to utilize the land. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But now how do you heal from such experience? I'm sure it's something that is engraved in your heart. How do you get out of it and be able to move on with life while you can still remember what had happened to you and your family and those that were affected?
Well, let me be honest with you. The church that I'm attending raised me very well. Yeah, let me just say, if it was not because of the church, really, so the church engaged us a lot. And my mom was one person who used to tell us, everything are the even though when we were angry, but she used to say, no, some of these things defame with him. So even the pastors from my church, which I cannot mention,
Yeah, of course,
they played a very serious role because within the church, there is a family house in that church. where my parents were given by the church.
Mm.
And when we visit the church, when we interact, when we were there singing, choiring, sometimes the but adapt to the situation.
So it played a very important role.
No, the church, if really we must sometimes tell people to visit church, sometimes it builds a lot.
That's true.
Yes.
So I hear you. Now, you wanted to be a doctor and now you are pushed to be a politician. I'm thinking being a politician is not a career. Being in the history field stream now, are you now deciding on what you want to be then? Or your mind is still saying you're supposed to be a doctor and you're not focusing on what to become after that? I'm interested to hear what happened.
Remember after that dream of becoming a doctor, there's one thing which also I wanted to share with you. The reason why I wanted to be a doctor, we were just staying close to Douglas Smith Hospital. We used to call it Douglas Smith Hospital, but now it's called Shuluban. The old Shuluban Hospital, which is next to Bokgakga. We used to go there visiting the hospital. And because my uncle and some family members were working. And the thing which made me to think I can be a doctor, it's when we were looking after cattle, the home. There was an old lady, Baba Mijabo Marumatlapa. I think if Basapil, she can remember. She sustained a fracture while she was on top of the mountain. And then she was screaming, help, help. We had to rush there. Then she had a broken leg. And it was, Marobon Mountain, just next to that peak, Marobon Mountain. So we found that the lady, she cannot do anything. I had to move back to our place. A wheelbarrow. We have Namelaka wheelbarrow go on top of the mountain. Ramiako Griwell on top of the wheelbarrow. We made sure that we put Kotanyana behind the leg. Then we managed to push her out of the mountain to the hospital. There was Dr. Paya then. By then, there was Ntate Chaukwe was working at X-ray. The nurses, everybody came in. They started to say, Mariana, you can be a doctor. You guys, this man, he can be a doctor. So that thing influenced me. Then after I realized the dream of becoming a doctor, because remember during our time, there was no this issue at the bazaar. No, even at school, teachers were told you, Mariana, guys, forget about these other things. You must focus on either teaching, policing, or so fortunately enough, I was then influenced to take nursing. That's why
okay.
It was easy for me to be a nurse because I came across that. Yes.
So immediately after matric, you went for nursing.
I said,
I remember you mentioned about working at the sales house.
Yes. Actually, from before sales house, I went to, Mmahlabirwa.
Yes, I know
Mmahlabirwa. If you go there, there is a shopping complex there.
Okay.
There was a small butcher. It was for my uncle, Mr. Mwari. May his soul rest in peace. He took us there immediately after matric. Then I was selling, and he taught us how to cut meat. We were selling meat. I was butchering. From butchering, then I came to Palabora. And then I continued to work sales house. From sales house, Lepato. PMC and Lepato. From Lepato, I went to Mothupi Onnie.
Okay. What brought you to Palabora?
My uncle was here, and my two late brothers, Rory and Coleman. Coleman was working for Fosco, and Rory was working for Palabra Mining Company. Then I said, no, let me go and join them there.
I see.
So that I can see something.
Okay, I see.
And then later, my brother, who was in Mokopane College, slowly came. I had to influence him also to come to Palabra.
Okay.
To join me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
I mean, your life is very interesting. I mean, you worked in a butcher. From a butcher, you went to a shop, sales house, very Chadiapar. You went from sales house to refinery.
Yes.
From the mine, you go straight into Department of Education.
Yes.
You are now a teacher.
Yeah.
From being a teacher, you go straight to hospital.
Yes.
Now it's from Department of Education to Department of Health.
Yes. And Marana, don't forget, Urukabo 87, I used to come, I was a garden boy at some stage.
Okay. Yeah, in Palabra.
Yes, house number 25, France, Detroit. You know the old man who died after the burning of houses more.
I heard about him.
Alex.
Yes, I heard
I used to be his garden boy. I used to wash his cars.
Okay.
I used to cut his lawns. His friends around there. Yeah, during the difficult times, I remember at some stage, Bampile Kamara Baki, 1400, Kiyao Cataloni next to airport. Yeah. And then I remember at some stage, they were, because of the church, they knew I don't eat certain food. I don't eat pork. So they had to fry it for me. Then, fortunately, the lady who was cooking said, no, don't eat that. It's a pork. They just wanted to test whether will you vomit after eating? But those are some of the things
that you went through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. No, actually, I struggled a lot. That's why I'm encouraging even my this young generations to make sure they don't have to choose work. Because I've started, it was very difficult. Because like if I can tell you, go sell us, we used to earn 10 rand
a month.
No, 10 rand a day. Then from the 10 rand, 2 rand was for the bus, 2 rand was for the scarf team. There is a lady called Zalfa? The owner, if you see, I'm sorry if I'm mentioning her, but I think she's, every time when I meet her, if we move out of the Pick and Pay mall, there is a
Yes.
The owner of that thing, I used to work with her. Go sales.
Oh, I know her. Okay.
Yeah, no, she will, even now, when very koropa kuwa pakadi aparo boots, selling clothes for the customers. Yeah. So the struggle that I went through made me what I am today, and I'm not regretting, and I'm happy.
Yeah. So meaning worry, because in between I don't hear you talking about your going to tertiary after matric. Do you now further your studies now that you're working at the hospital?
As I've indicated, after going to vet, I'm studying some. I won't tell people what I'm doing now.
Yes, of course.
I'm studying.
Yes.
And remember, as I've said, I went to vet twice. And now there is another university who's engaging me. I want to because
now go on it feel.
Yeah. So
you will come back again and tell us.
But very soon.
Yes.
Yeah, very soon because
Okay. No, that is good. So you worked at Lepato?
Lepato, yes.
What were you teaching there?
Spedi and geography.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes bump into your former
yes,
learners?
a lot. I used to tell, Lili Makita. And there's Charlotte Mononela and others. There's a lot of them. There is this guy now who's an engineer. Because I remember at some stage when I was teaching, he moved out of the window. Okay. So now it's an engineer.
Yes.
Yeah. It was nice because, if you know Dr. Mhlala, Steve Mutlala is now a doctor. We've been private teachers together.
Okay.
Yeah, now about some bicycle that told about. Now I was just footing at some stage. Yeah, it was like you could have a private teacher or some of from Namahala. We yell about to come out to footing. You know, that's the struggle that we went through, but we were trying our best.
We're talking about humble beginnings.
Yeah, definitely.
You started from scratch, from the surface and to where you are now. Yeah, it's very humbling, eh?
Nice.
It's very humbling sitting and listening to your, to your biography, what you've been through, and how hard you had to work to get to what you are, where you are today. Okay, this is important. We don't take it for granted, and I believe that a young person out there, is listening from Bokgakga or any other village and saying,
definitely.
So let's talk about your work at the hospital, Mothupi Malatji Hospital. You started working there when, Kana?
1990.
1990. So that's 34 years. You've been working there for 34 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Started there as a nurse, bathing patients, feeding helpless patients. And then I still, I enjoyed that, by the way. Yeah, I enjoyed. I still feel like now I was telling someone to say I must consider going back to nursing, but it's already if I had that opportunity to go back to nursing again, because it's nice to be a nurse, really. It's nice taking care of a patient. Next week you meet him, greeting you, Ali, right? About Boncher, do you still remember this? Do you still remember this child? Yeah, most of the guys, they know me. I know most of the families around Palabora. I just want to appreciate the community and Palabora as a whole. They raised me. Yeah, they raised me. They encouraged me. They loved me. Even if people are insulting me through the media, they phone me to say, Marana, there is these people who are insulting you, but we are with you. Don't respond to people who are insulting you. We know you. You grew up in front of us. Yeah. I remember when I used to drive the Nissan Pulsar. I'm still driving it now. It's still there. As a nurse, sometimes patients after discharge, they used to call, hey, Mr. Ramalo, we don't have, there is patient who's not even in transport to go home. Can you assist? I used to do that. Most families, they know the car.
Wow.
Yeah, so I enjoy it. I know most of the families. You start to Long Till House number 1 there. I know most of the families in Palabora. You go to Bosveld, you go to the Kefing, you go to, I know most of the families. Yeah, I love most of them because they raised me. Even those who are on pension, those who worked for the hospital, and I'm still communicating with them. I'm still having a WhatsApp group with those who are on pension now. Starting from the doctors who worked for the hospital, the nurses, the families who used to come to hospital about medication. I still know them because I appreciate, because God gave me this opportunity to interact with the masses freely. So I'm happy because Maphutha some of they're professionals. Malumi Onnie, I feel very humble. So sometimes I really appreciate this opportunity. And I also like to appreciate the previous managers from Mothupi Malatji. I still respect them. Mangwenyane, Mamaroga, may his soul rest in peace. Ntate Mukoditwa, you know them. They raised me very well. Yeah, those people who worked for the hospital raised me. Yeah, and Mashira Suboza, you know her better.
Yes.
She was my lecturer.
Okay.
Yeah, Mmahlabirwa Aleta, Miss Matatanya, Miss Mangena. Yeah, they raised me very well. They knew me.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is very good. You have a lot of you've been with a lot of generations from 1990 till today. Because I believe pension, pensioning, some have left, some are still there, or this is it tells that you've got a story to tell. And funny enough, you being a nurse, when you were helping that old lady up there,
Yes.
So you ended up becoming what they said you will become.
Yes. Definitely.
So, you mentioning Tababone, something just comes to my mind. Just out of interest sake, back in the days, where information fast, it runs fast because of social media. We hear a lot of people in the society complaining about services where they're not treated well, go spetlele. By manesa ba complain or yo manesa Maphutha, I'm sure le fela le diko.
Definitely.
Yo
Yes.
manesa Maphutha, yo. E ba ka o kra o sa bo tsibile ba ka o fedisha. And being someone who was in their position ya bonese, what do you think is happening between patients and both nurses? Do you think there's a situation more, or have you had a situation where o kra o re motho ke nurse mara a dire or is not treating people well? And normally, how do you handle that? Or again?
Well, remember, some of these things, they do happen. I don't want to defend nurses here.
Yes, of course.
There is this situation now where people sometimes they can hate certain professions in a way. I'm telling.
Oh, the people that they are working.
Yes.
Okay.
We are still having patients who don't, and families who don't want to take responsibility. In your family, you know, or there are some patients who can't comply with the medication. Yes. Remember, there is this thing here where there is the right of the patients and the responsibility of a patient. Yeah. The reason why I'm saying so, Kure, somewhere, yes, we know. With attitude, remember, attitude tricks another attitude. Yeah. Are you aware there is patients who are sometimes assaulting nurses for doing their work?
Yeah.
And there is patients who can default medication. And when nurses are engaging them, why are you not taking medication? This government of today, it's saving processes of dealing with the nurses who are not really doing well at work. Okay. That's why I said my work as a communicator, I'm working closely with the quality coordinator. In most cases, yes, we know that's where we find that as patient, there is somewhere which things are not going well from the side of the hospital. We can't. Yes, that's where there is processes to do the issue of correcting and the issue of also disciplinary process. They are there. Yeah. Okay. But it's both sides of the story. Yeah. So that's why now from communications, that's where we are pushing to say both nurses and patients, we must work together. That's the current government encouraged us to make sure that in every clinic there is a structure dealing with complaints, the clinic committees. They're there. One of my role as a communicator for the department is to establish the clinic committees.
Okay.
Within the structure of the clinic committees, there is a counselor, there is a ward committee dealing with issues of health, there is a nduna who must sit there, there is pastors who must also sit there as a clinic committee, there is Dinoko, there's all these people. They must be there to play a role as a clinic, to monitor this issue of people who are saying our health systems are not fine. That is the role of those clinic committees. When coming back to the hospital, that's where you find the hospital boards. Most of the role of the hospital boards to support both the community and the staff. These people, they must work together to make sure that our really problem here, patients are complaining about the nurses are complaining about. We have to unite these people because the common thing is to make sure that people are taking medication properly. In South Africa, we are so lucky, I'm telling you. It's unlike the other countries where I can't mention them, but they don't have medication, they don't have processes.
That is true.
That's why so many people are flocking into in our country to get the health services. So yeah, that's. I think I clarified the area. Yeah, people who are not really in services, and also we are still having people who still feel or they cannot go to the hospital. They don't want to go to the hospital. They believe in their own things. So when you push them to go to the hospital, whether the nurses will do their work properly or not, the fact you take this person to the hospital without asanyaki, even if you can bathe that person and feed him, but they will never appreciate. Yes, there is those who are not doing well from our side, from the health, yes, but there's disciplinary processes they are there.
I see. Yes. So as a patient or as a community member, let's say maybe I was not happy with, okay, let me start like this. As a community member,
yes,
and also a patient, if I got the best service and I am happy and I want to appreciate, what are the channels? Because that's where I want to start.
Thank you very much. Before I can answer that, let me also tell you what very few community members appreciate the good that the health professionals are doing. I'm saying very few. Majority of things nobody complains.
Yeah.
But, yes,
of course.
But to answer your question now, within the department, Renali, Vuka, and Yellow people write, or I've been in Maphutha, I've been seen by so and so. The service was good. They do right.
Okay.
Yeah, you go every ward in Aliona. The quality coordinator is monitoring. The in charge of the ward is making sure and we record the complaints are recorded and the compliments. People used to come to the hospital say we appreciate the good work of this. I'm sure you've seen another article 2 weeks back. Certain white men wrote to say I appreciate. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are appreciating our services.
It's very important.
Yes.
We can't only complain. Then I started, where do we write compliments or where do we send compliments? So do you normally find it at the OPD or we admit that book you're talking about?
You'll find it in outpatient department, in casual, every section.
Okay, so
and then even the telephones for the CEO, the head of the institution, the quality coordinator, because every section in a manager, the book is there. But generally, community of Palabora appreciate the good work.
That's good. That is great.
Generally, the community of Palabora appreciate the good work that we're doing. And we had some challenges, of course, after Ribilele, the Tabayawuri, we are still under construction. We have to communicate with Mahoshi, the sector, sector departments to say will be some of the services we won't do them go Spetlela. We'll sometimes move to Palabora, like the X-ray and all those things. They do understand. And very soon, I think we'll be finalizing with the new outpatient department and casualty, which is some of the things we encourage is an achievement to our side.
Yes, I know.
Yes,
it's good enough to celebrate. Rumor says you've had to encounter a couple of lawsuits as the hospital. How is it true, and how did you handle them?
Mostly, most of the challenges, the lawsuits, they are directed to the department. But for now, for this year, we never saw anything from our side. Okay. Remember, don't forget we have got people who are just influencing our people to take root here, the lawsuits, because you guys, you want to benefit anyway. And some of the patients, they used to come to our offices or whatever. And now we don't see any challenge here. And then some of these people, you find that they phone me or phone the department to insult us, to say, you guys, why are you? Yeah, but I don't want to lie. We didn't have so much. We don't have so much. They do happen. I don't want to defend, but really we don't have so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is good. When you compare Maphutha Malatji and other government hospitals in the country, you can see a significant difference. The hospital is doing fairly well under extreme conditions, of course. But we can see that we can't turn a blind eye on it. But you are doing so much. The hospital is really doing much better. I've seen worse.
Where there is communities, where there is services, there must be challenges.
Yeah, of
and
course.
Challenges are to be solved. Yeah. You remember even Jesus Christ himself, he had some challenges with his 12 disciples.
And they were just 12.
They were 12, but they gave him challenges. So what do you expect from us?
Yeah. Do you have an idea of how many employees are there in the hospital?
We are having, I think, 353. Yeah, 340. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
That is a lot. That's a big number. And how many beds do you have in the hospital?
Oh, we are having 120.
120. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about COVID-19. During COVID-19, how did you handle? How was Maphutha doing as compared to other hospitals? How was it? How was the stress level and just to manage?
It was difficult. COVID-19 really, it was one challenging moment area. Really, I still remember even myself. I felt like, hey, Modi Abuwa now. Yeah, it was difficult. But there was no way in which you can run away from that. And let's also appreciate the health professionals for standing and, they were there for the patients. They were there to make sure that people are treated. They were there to make sure that those infected and affected are attended to. From our side as communications also, we were all out to all villages. We went there to make sure that we encourage people to be vaccinated. We had to go from village to village. I still remember we also had an opportunity to visit Magosheba Laboratory to provide us with the holo Jakomishate, where we were vaccinating our communities. As communicators, health professionals, we were there to make sure that we are doing your work. Remember, People were admitted in Mothupi Hospital. Yeah, of course, some lost their lives. May their soul rest in peace. But that was COVID-19. We won't forget about it. Yeah, we have learned a lot from that moment. We won't forget where we had this type of event. And let's appreciate also the stakeholders of Mmahlabirwa, the joke, the police, the traffic officers who were also there to check Tabaya movement. Maroshi, pastors also played a very serious role, because remember, Lebona, they were also having the responsibility to bury people. Mmahlabirwa Mining Company, Fosco, these mines, they also made sure they were supporting Tabaya and the program itself. Yeah. Remember, we used to have meetings every Tuesday to plan what we do, because they don't know, to make sure the number I increase during the movements and all those things. We also want to appreciate also the provincial office, our government, for really making sure they were in charge of the issue. Yeah, COVID. Yes.
Hey, no. COVID-19 really very serious. Okay. When you talk about COVID, because a lot of people lost their lives, even emotional. Just so that we drop the emotions, I'm interested. I want to take you back. Growing up, did you do sports?
Yes, a lot.
Okay. What were you doing?
We were playing softball at school.
Okay, in high school.
High school. We were playing softball. We loved it as a family. My brother was playing softball. My younger brother, we played softball. We were doing part of football also, but from high school, if you go to Bokgakga and ask, they will tell you we loved softball.
Okay.
We were singing also.
Okay.
Tabaya singing
choir.
In our
Okay.
We had a choir called Bokgaga. We used to call it Bokgaga Mighty Seven. Yes, you ask any professional. I mean, anyone at attended school Bokgaga. We used to sing.
They knew you.
Yeah,
That
we
you were
were
a baritone
singing.
singer.
Yeah, like even in our church, I've been conducting a choir, by the way.
Okay. So you're very musical, ne?
Yeah, then there was if you can Google, there is the Crystal Singers. It's a male choir also. They also recorded. I'm the founding father of the Crystal Singers.
Wow.
Yeah, you can ask them.
Oh wow.
Yes,
No,
it's a male choir.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised if within the family there was. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
There is a singer, but I don't know. I'm not here for that.
Okay.
But we used to that.
All right.
And I was also doing a drama.
Okay, you're an actor.
Yeah, I do that.
You're actually an artist.
You go to Fosco 1990. We got position 1 in both music and drama.
Okay.
Yes, Mahuma Pal Rapeza, when he visited Mmahlabirwa Parliament, may he still rest in peace. I was really part of the auditions. Unfortunately, because of my work, when we're supposed to be moving on to Polokwane time and again, the office sometimes we are a nurse, we are to be knocking off at 7 o'clock. No, I've been writing stories also.
I know.
Yeah.
You're a man of many talents.
Yeah. No,
so currently, let's say you're not working, you're not in church, to unwind, what do you love doing?
I play music a lot.
Okay.
I love music.
All right.
Yeah, that's why if you can come to my place, even now I'm still having 800 copies of CDs.
Wow.
Yeah,
800?
Yes, there's because I'm still, and I'm worried about you guys when you turn from Ishunya. Music now, downloading now, you're frustrating. Yes, 8. There is this guy who was working for music and now he's working for ABSA. He knows what I had a budget every month when Kia or Grocery, there must be budget for music. CDs, 10 CDs, 7. Yes, I loved music. Even now, when I'm very angry, I play music.
It's very emotional.
And when I feel that I'm not okay, I can just pull up sound system, playing nice music. I'll be okay. You can insult me and do whatever you like, but once tomorrow look at music, I'm okay. So no, everywhere. I love music. I love because I spend most of my time play music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your job. What are the current achievements that as the hospital that you are proud of and celebrating? Just something recent or current? What are those? Is there anything that you'd like to share with my viewers?
Let's go back to the era ya HIV.
Okay.
Where our people were but our hospital with the relationship that we had with the municipality, the Palabora Foundation, that era will make sure we educate the communities so that they must understand what is HIV. That era is we feel proud because the community of Palabora, they understand what is HIV. Even those who are infected, they can go out and engage and speak. You understand? From us, our side as the hospital, is really an achievement. I think the other achievement currently, our relationship with our communities it's great. Because communities can talk to us as the hospital. We've got the situation more, or even the pastors fraternal, they can call to say, guys, can we visit the hospital? We have got this. Can you visit our church? They can call us to say, guys, can you come to Mshate an account? Yes. Recently, I was going to go and they wanted clarity on certain issues. We felt this is an achievement because people, it's not easy for you to be called, but we engage to say, what is this? And also, the other achievement, the structures, they understand. Even those who don't understand, they are close to us. We have got programs within the hospital of engaging our staff. Yeah, they were engaged. To feel our these programs when we are engaging staff to say customer care is like 1, 2, 3. For you guys, we have to treat patients like this. With the current HOI or head of institution, also we are doing wellness management to make sure our staff should understand patients' rights. Our relationship with our local unions also is well. And also, you remember we are having a lot of events. We used to have the Tabayadi Women's Day celebrations where we invite all stakeholders, all community members to come to the hospital and enjoy with us. We used to have fun days with them. It's an achievement because it's not easy for the communities what like us. We have got the gymnasium. It's just that we really challenge our because of the renovations, but not so long we're going to open it for the community. We bought a lot of machines for people to community to come and exercise. The allied teams. Yeah.
Okay.
We have got the structures from the community, They just come there by exercise. They yeah. So this is an achievement because this gives an opportunity for us to be close to our patients. They simply tell us what they want and what they don't want. Also, the media around Palabora. I don't want to lie. You are engaging us. You want some answers, we provide. If you, yes, and when I'm talking about the media, kerkera, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't, if you are engaged, we don't have to feel like, you don't have to be personal anyway. So, because remember, media people cannot be your friends.
Okay.
So you have to understand the word media people, even if you can buy cool drink for them, tomorrow they will tell you, Marana, so we have to understand in that level.
Yes, I hear you. No,
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay, maybe just, what is the best way or an acceptable way for someone to come to your office if they want clarity in one way or another? Be it your media or just an ordinary person. If there are things they want to understand and want to sit down with you as the hospital, the channel wanna get the right kid. Unlike ambushing you in town when I'm sure there are ways. So maybe you can assist our people.
Some media, they send questionnaire to the hospital. To say, Mr. Ramalo, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you respond on this?
Okay.
That's where we have, as management, we get and say there is this questionnaire from these media people. They want clarity on 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Some make a call to the office of the CEO. We received a lot of people in our offices.
Okay.
Different political parties, they visit us, they talk to us. We have got these issues. Can you clarify? We give them a space. We are not hiding. If there's something, we say, Lord, that's what this happened. We'll say, Maranamo, this thing happened like this. So we do have people visiting us. Communities call me 24 hours. My phone, the phone that I'm having, the department bought it for me. They call me, Mr. Ramalo, we've got a challenge with the hospital. Can we come and see you? We visit. Some of you find that patients, we say, no, don't worry about that. Come to the hospital. We'll assist you. Treat you. We don't have to be personal. Agri specialized for the patients, it's not for us. The hospital is mainly for the communities. It's not for us. I'm left with some few years to exit the department. I won't move with the hospital. The hospital will remain. Some new generation will come and take it off. So that's why Mokelo and I'm happy because the communities that I'm saving with and the community that I'm saving, I know them. They know me. They engage me. They even invite me to their parties. So you don't have to be personal when you are in the institution. You are there to provide services for the community. And the service is not yours. You are there to provide services for them.
It's for the community.
Yes.
Talking about parties, a lot of people do not know that you're a good MC. I have seen you doing it. You kill it, eh? You're amazing.
I really appreciate it. I was not aware.
Really? No, maybe they don't tell you. But I'm sure you've been getting bookings. People have been calling to be invited to be MCs. That on its own, it tells a message.
I was supposed to be in Pretoria yesterday and today. But for now, I think I've been traveling a lot. Because I can't even know traveling in the coast and all those things. And from my work, I'm not allowed to charge people and all those things because it's like I'll be doing a remunerated job. Which is not allowed.
Okay.
So you have to declare what now like 2 million chaka.
Now, I see.
But I'm enjoying to actually I'm enjoying to be part of people. I am enjoying, rata go ba ka gare ga community e thabilego because ke spendile most of the time in politics anyway. Yes, yeah, yes. Remember I've been leading a lot of structures. I remember when I was a nurse, I was quickly elected as the union rep chairperson of Nehau. The regional chairperson of Nehau. In politics, we engage a lot. So now, if you don't have this little time, you're happy with the communities, you'll start to have problems. I get very to have fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love fun.
That is important. You, from where I'm sitting, I think you found your purpose. Your pale, Molfasi.
Yeah.
It's not everyone who finds it. Some bar paler and look like they've achieved, but not the purpose. Because you couldn't do what you're called for. So you found your calling and you responded to it, which is to help people.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I can see how your face shines when you talk about helping people. It doesn't look like it's been about money. It looks like it's always been about the people. That is something that we celebrate about you. As the Palabra Podcast Corner, we've been looking at your life from a distance. And there are a few.
I was not aware that you were.
Yeah, no, we
No, I
we
think
do that. Not only us, of course. There are people that call us to say, would really want to hear about so and so.
Not really.
And we try to reach out to such people to say, listen, we want to have you in our corner and just outside your office, and let's sit and laugh a bit and talk about yourself.
Okay.
Before I close, Mr. Rammal, let me take you back to during the apartheid era when you were still in school, in high school. I'm sure there's one embarrassing event that you remember back in the days that maybe you laugh about it now that it happened. What would that be?
Yeah. 1980. Okay. 1986. There is this comrade called Aaron Mhlanga. Most comrades, they know him. Even the branch go high by Bichar Aaron Mhlanga. During the night vigil. Remember, in that funeral, that's where we started to know a lot of comrades there. The likes of Comrade Mothupi Onnie, who was here, and may his soul rest in peace. In peace. The likes of Comrade Franz Mhlala, Paxman Katlane, the former spokesperson of Mandela. Mmahlabirwa, the old man, Peter Nchabeleng, the old man with white hair. During that night when we were chanting slogans there, Wadla Muthu fela re happy was Namabon in those years. Because those guys, they wanted us to move out of the house. They come on,
No.
Yeah, there was a snake, and we had and these people, they were police surrounding and soldiers surrounding that because they wanted to. Because we were chanting, singing. The one area, yeah, it was 1987, 87, Bokgakga High School. After there was this comrades, but we were involved, the bus. They hijacked the bus to school. I can't mention them, they know. But there was this friend of mine, I loved him so much. They called him Moreri Pritchard Mahaban. Their names were recorded, or they were the part of the people who influenced the Pietlagadi bus. So this guy was in our class. So the police and the soldiers, they surrounded that school. Most guys, they remember. They wanted only Bridget Magabani. His brother, you know him, Baragitabo Magabani, he was the regional chairperson, provincial chairperson of COSATU. Then realizing more global those old police, but the register school, they were calling our names. When they call you, you were supposed to go out. On that day, they found, because all the time until now, I surrounded the whole school. Came to our classes. They wanted this guy, Richard Magaba. People were saying, hey, this man must go out to be arrested. And I said, no, this not this one. I don't know how to and he was seated with me. We had to change his name. Because there was this guy, Joshua Matlo, he was not in the class by then. We had to change this guy, because you must say, check out the name of Joshua Matlo, not Caprichat. Yeah. You understand? That is the only time you really risk because after that they realized, no, he was in the class. Then they wanted to me to go and account, or now why did I do that? Because there was some few teachers who were agreeing, but some no, the guy was in the class. About the second day, we had to sneak out of the class. You know those everybody knows Baba Ruled because Papa JJ was a farmer. So every time when I talk to my friend, we remember that day. Those are some of the things that I can just share with the communities. Yeah.
Yeah. But we thank you. Let bygones be bygones. Now, Mr. Rammal, we are heading towards elections. A lot of young people, there are those young people, even elderly people, vote. What can you say to the voters that are supposed to go and vote and are not encouraged to vote?
They will be really missing it. I'm just saying to everyone, let's go and vote. It's very, very, very important for us to go and vote and to make a mark. Remember, voting, it's assisting in raising where are you? Which direction do you want to take this country? So it's very, very important to our community to go and vote properly. Yeah. And they should not use emotions to go and vote. You understand? Because you can use your emotions to go and vote. And because we need to be very careful, because there's so many things. Remember when we were still at school, we used to have people who were saying they don't have anything to provide. So let's go and vote the people that we know or they made an impact to our lives. We are where we are today because previously it was very difficult for us. When I was telling my daughter would go Ben Foster School, I was telling her on Friday to say, my daughter, go and vote. Sa Ben Foster. It was not easy for us to reach Ben Foster, Bufona Park, or Francis. When I was working in PMC, there was an old man, because he bought a house in town. He was the first person. My father was simply arrested because myself and Moses, my younger brother, when Papa I primary school, he bought us those chocolates, you know, those long Toflax. So we rincha di pampiri chela o ncha Toflax go na pampiri le white. Re be re khatla go ncha dilo chela mka ke butse faster ka mora le na butse ka mo le faster rincha di pampiri chela. There was this traffic officer, a white traffic officer who followed us. After I Misha Papa insulted my father to say, the Kafrukist, why? Then my father had to say, no, not the Kafrukist. He was manhandled. Back to Zanin police station. My father was just arrested for that. Because Reina, so when I was relating this to my things were very difficult. Yeah. A ke nyaka go bolela ka di-company tse dingwe mo ke bereka ke šetse ke boletse ka tsona mara remember our own people died there because simply they were go sena di safety clothes for them.
PPE.
Ke nyaka go bolela kudu batho ba latlhagetse ko matsogo batho ba tshubile ke di-acid in most of the mines. When I've been working, I saw so many people affected the industry the PPE. So today, this government is making sure people over the PPE. There is supervision. There's a lot of flaws didn't show with this government. People didn't even have opportunity while living. Sometimes in the previous government, sometimes salary check this month next month. Yes.
And there's nothing you will do.
In other areas, people used to work without gloves and masks. So it's important for our people to go and vote properly because there's a lot of achievement. When we were shop stewards, we defended people who were dismissed by simply because you didn't wash the car of your boss. You are refusing to. Yeah, there's a lot of issues. So it's important to tell our kids to say go and vote properly. In Mmahlabirwa, Fona Park, Francis Dwight, all the schools, grade schools, Groen school, you were not allowed to come in. In Zanin, 6 you are moving out of Zanin, even in Mmahlabirwa. So it's important for our people to go and vote, manually that conscious.
No, that is true.
Yes.
We appreciate it. Mr. Ramalo, you've got a lot of things to tell us. Thank you so much, Mr. Ramalo. Your visit to our corner is very important. Really fast. Before we close, you've got a lot of things to tell us and the younger generation. And fortunately, this interview will be available for a very long time. Even when you're not here, people will still be able to go online and find information about you. It will be there. Now, what encouragement do you have to young people of today? Let's say we're talking about someone who's in the villages or in the dusty streets of Lulekani or Ramashishimali, Namahale, or even in town. What do you have to say to encourage them? I mean, you've got a story to tell. You've started from really nothing to where you are today. What can you tell to the younger generation?
I thank you very much. Let them go to school. Let them go to school. Remember, in our time, you used to go to school with an empty stomach. You used to go to school without books. You remember in our time, we used to share textbook, lele 10 ka class in our time. You used to go to school with dieta, shoes, uniform. Nowadays, this government, Mrana, is doing a lot. You go to school, they give you food to eat. In most schools, there is roof on top of the class. There is resources at schools. It cannot be 100%, but they are there.
Yes.
There is bursaries. You study very well, Marena. You are given a bursary. Yes, you can say, yeah, after studying this, no, Mara, the thing you've studied, you've acquired. It's important. This generation must go to church. The church plays a crucial role in building a society. People should go to church and make sure they follow what the Bible is directing, the teachings of the Bible. I think these are the key areas which we can go. And the other issue, Corey, nowadays our youth are socialized like drugs and drinking a lot. I'm advising them to Mara, they should really move away from this drinking a lot. Because we are having a lot of professionals, but because of Tabayao drinking a lot, really there's challenges. Majorla the drugs, the signature future. We have, find this person, really an engineer, acquire really a lot. We end up losing miracle because of drinking a lot. We've got a lot of professionals who are seated at home. Professionals because of the drugs and drinking a lot. Competition also, let's try by all means to refukuchenya. Only 6 months already you want to buy Jaguar or you want to impress everybody when you are driving a very powerful car. Unnecessarily, then focus when you are supposed to be providing service. You are no longer there. If I can tell you, we've got most people who are paying 3 cars. Yes. You had one, you chatlanchiche, because you're trying the insurance here, no, they cannot. Yeah, this drinking, it looks like to create challenge. We are not saying, I'm not judging people who are drinking. I'm just saying let's drink responsibly, especially the young ones.
Makes sense.
Let's make sure that we start afresh. We start well. I think these are the issues I can share with the young ones. Studying, going to church. It's not on. A lot of accidents. You can check around Palabora. The accidents that are happening in Palabora mostly. Fortunately enough, when there is accident, sometimes I want to know what's happening. I used to check with the EMS guys, what's happening now. They still tell you there's these accidents which are happening every now and then. We are having a joke where we are meeting as the police, the fire department, ourselves, the disaster and all those. We are engaging. We are zooming our Palabora area. Yeah, drinking and driving, especially this young generation. It's a problem. We are losing professionals anyway. Potential people who are supposed to be leading us. We are sanalebo. There is one company which I cannot name it. We've got a challenge go workplace and this file ibon chaba to balore. Sick leave. If sick leave is not Friday, it's on Monday. If it's not the 25th, it's the 30th. Yeah. So I know people will feel bad about what I'm saying, but it shows very well where we can't build this economy if with that tendency. It's a problem. Yeah. So these young ones, I'm saying, let's make sure that we abstain in so many things. Remember, if you are highly drunk, if you are drunk, you will end up having we enjoy whatever without protection. I was supposed to be using this because I was drunk. Then these are the few things that I feel I must share with the young generation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ramal. I appreciate it. Please talk to the camera there. Share the opportunities that are in the hospital. And be it Baba Gai Tutelang Chona or already, and so that people know if there are any opportunities in there.
Well, very soon I think our government will be opening issue training of nurses.
Okay.
Even now, the young ones who are in matric, let them consider taking health fields.
Okay.
Go to school and get proper results. You can be a nurse, you can be a radiographer, you can be a pharmacist. You can you can be an optometrist. You can also go and do psychology. You can be a psychologist there. Yeah, there's a lot of options our young ones can study and really get an opportunity to do that. You can also go and train and be like emergency services. Yes. Which can be a paramedic also. That's there.
Okay.
You can go, there are the finance, administration also. We do have students from TVET colleges who are doing practicals there. Currently, we might be having 25 to 30. There's others who are doing Tabaya hotel services. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities which our people should go and study.
Okay.
Yes. And then with that, it's not Tabaya or you'll be appointed in Maphutha only.
Yes.
Even the private sectors, they need those people. I'm telling you, you can also go privately and be a dietitian. You can be an optom on your own time. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I think you've said a mouthful. With that being said, Mr. Rammalo, thank you so much for joining us. We don't take it for granted. We understand you're a very busy man, but you made time to come and sit with us in our little corner, and we have a chat. And I think you've said a lot of things. Jedi to agang setšhaba and lot of fahlosha mahlo gore bone the hospital ka leihlo le lengwe le be re sa le bone ka lona. We really thank you so much.
I really appreciate this time, and ke gona le se fela ko re ha ke letše ke le mobe. Yeah. Na ke bone jwang.
Yeah.
Yo ke motlholo-tlholo. Ha ke ratwa le nna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still saying to all media people, visit the hospital if you've got issues.
Yes.
Professional. That hospital is managed by professionals anyway. We have got the head of institution who's a doctor. Yeah, we have got the corporate managers also professional. We've got a quality coordinator in our hospital. It's a professional.
Yes.
We got an allied team. The allied team, yellow, inally, all radiographers, the allied teams, the dietitians. It's a team of professionals. The clinical, we've got. So people, if they want to know more about the hospital, visit the hospital. Visit the hospital. We have got time for the visitors. Within the office of the head of the institution, there is a book of visitors who are signing to say we visited the hospital. We also appreciate to have visitors who wants to know more, because the little knowledge that we are having, we have to share with the communities.
Yes.
I said the hospital's not for us, it's for the community.
Yes.
Because even if you can check the history of the hospital, Maphutha Malatji, the people who made Maphutha to be there, hence the name Maphutha Malatji, who engaged Palabora Mining Company to come and build that hospital in 1976. Then those people, the pastors, the old maize, they are there. Within the history of the hospital, which is in my office, the history is there. All these people, they engage the minds to say, come and build the hospital for the community of Palabora, because they used to travel from here to Tinswalo Hospital, 100 kilometers. They used to travel from here to Douglas Smith, which is 140 kilometers. Palabora was not special. The hospital is not for us. It's not for Ramalo. It's for this community of Palabora. So visit us, and we are not going to be personal.
Yes.
And hopefully media, you can't be personal. Because we are professionals. We've been trained about the ethics of media. You know it better. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I know, with Mr. Rammalo, we can sit here the whole day.
I really appreciate this moment.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
My people, Palabora Podcast Con, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. If there are any other questions that you feel you want to ask, please type there on the comment section and engage Mr. Rammalo. I promise you he will answer. Mr. Rammalo, we are hoping to have you again some other time again.
Thanks very much. No, I'm ready to be part of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Till we meet again. Cheers.
Thank you very much.